Welcome to Big Emotions, Little Containers. We're diving into some supplemental videos to help with strategies and the science behind the strategies. Today's focus is scripted stories. One of the most effective strategies I have used in supporting children with developing stronger, more positive behaviors is a scripted story. And what we know is that children don't change because we correct them. They change when they can see themselves doing something new. This is actually true for us too. Visualization is one of the most powerful agents of change, even for adults. So, a scripted story is one of these areas where we can create a story where the child is the main character and it shows the behavior we want to see rather than focusing on what we don't want to see. Remember, we're creating a visual. It models what to expect, it models what the feelings may be, and it models what to do. What this does is it starts to build that predictability. It reduces anxiety and it strengthens the child's ability to self regulate. They use their own self image as a guide. Again, we as adults do this as well when we visualize ourselves reaching the goal or when we're making plans. Now, why does this work? Well, neuroscience has shown us that storytelling activates the entire brain. It makes learning more efficient and long lasting. And when a child sees themselves in a positive role, it activates those mirror neurons, which helps the brain rehearse that behavior as though it's already happened. Plus, the story also creates predictability, which reduces that nervous system activation. In other words, they don't jump to fear. They kind of already know what to expect. It moves them from that reactive emotion to proactive planning, even at young ages. It starts to strengthen that executive functioning skills. So, how do you build them? Well, step one, you choose one behavior or situation. Focus on a single goal. Morning drop off, sharing toys, using a calm body during anger. Step two, make the child the hero. Use their name, their photo. Children love to see themselves in the stories. So we do take photographs of children having successful times in the classroom. Or for older students, I ask them to draw their own pictures. This is a good way to help visualize as well. The child has to be successful in the story, even if this isn't true in real life. So, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to describe the routine or situation with safety and predictability. We're going to include what will happen and the order it will happen so the brain can rehearse it. And then finally, we're going to embed emotional regulation tools. So, that way, if a child does begin to feel anxious or frustrated or angry, we already have taught them the tools to use. And since they're reading a story, they're able to visualize it. Most of our students can tell us what to do in times of anger or what to do in times of stress. They just struggle with accessing those tools during anger, during stress, just like adults. And then finally, we're going to end with success and a positive identity. In other words, reinforcing their ability to do it. Now, some simple reminders for younger children. You're going to use real photographs of the child. And we're going to make this very simple, you guys. I usually do create these in PowerPoint. Take a photograph, do 2 slides per page when I print it, cut that page in half, staple it, and you've got a simple, cheap book. Send one home. It needs to be read at home, and it also needs to be read at school if that's where the behavior is happening. We want that home-school connection. Plus, this will help everyone have the same expectations and communicate consistently across the board. And for older children, we're going to have them help write it or illustrate it. We're going to focus more on those self-talk pieces, emotional wellness, and ownership. Now, when do we read these stories? You'd be surprised. Kids usually like to read them quite a bit. And you can make as many as you need for as many different things you want to tackle. If holidays are coming up and you know there's going to be a lot of change, write it up. If school is new or they have to change schools, we've had a lot of success with creating books for starting a new classroom where we actually show pictures of where the new cubbies are, where your lunchbox goes, where do you sit, those sort of things. The piece of this is that scripted stories don't just tell a child what to do, they help the brain practice doing it. The child becomes the hero of their own story. They build identity, they build success, they can see themselves being successful. This is that visualization process that's also very powerful for adults. We can create it for the child and help them be the hero in their own story.